Hi all, Uh, welcome back to another session on webmethods.io. So in this session, I wanted to talk about the SAML authentication, which is used for single sign-on, and how we can implement that in webmethods.io authentication. So if you guys remember, we use username and password authentication to log in into the IO. So here, what I'm going to do in this use case is I will create the SAML authentication in, give the details of SAML and all in IO. And I want Azure AD to authenticate my request. So let's see how we can do it. So generally, SAML stands for Security Assertion Markup Language. It is an XML-based open standard for exchanging authentication and authorization between the parties. So in this, mostly the data flows between IDP, which is identity provider, and service provider. And this will be useful for enabling the single sign-on in web-based applications. So if you see the diagram here, user generally opens the browser and he requests access to the source. So when the request goes through, the request will be sent to the Azure AD SAML provider, and when the user is authenticated, it generates a SAML tokens and simultaneously that's sent to the web browser again, which redirects the tokens generated to the web app service provider. And once the validation is done, it returns a secure page to the user. So let's see how this can be done in Azure terms. And also what I'm trying to do here is, so if I just log out here, we give username and password in this and login. So instead of that, I need some Azure AD SSO page to log in and to, the credentials and all should be taken care by Azure. So let's see. For that, I've created my Azure account, and right now I'm in the enterprise application page. So if I go click on home, click on enterprise applications, I'll get this, click on new application, and Azure already has Software AG enterprise architecture, sorry, enterprise details and this cloud details. So if I click on this Software AG cloud, it will give me these details. So I'll default it for now and just click on create. While this is happening, I'll log in into this portal for now. See, first I'm giving the credentials. Next time when I log in, I'll use the Azure AD to log in. So now I need to set up the Azure, SAML authentication in cloud also. To do that, just go to administration, click on single sign-on, and click on add identity provider. Here, give some name. I'll just give it as Azure AD. AD stands for Active Directory, and I just gave the name here. So we need to copy this redirect URL, which is the cloud URL followed by the tenant ID, followed by the endpoint and all. So let me copy this. So these details are copied. Now let me set up the single sign-on. Just like first you need to assign users and set up. So I'll directly set up the single sign-on here. So just click on this and click on SAML. Click on edit now. It's asking me to enter the edit ID, and for this the details are, it's the pattern is software AG/auth So just copy this. It has given me till here. I'll remove these things and give it till tenant name. Now it is asking for the assertion consumer service URL, and the pattern is given here. So just copy paste the details which you just copied. So it's like the software AG cloud, auth, realms, the tenant name, broker, identify provider name is the name which we give in the software AG cloud side, and these things, and sign on URL, same thing again. And then that's it. Let me save it. Now the details are saved. So Azure AD will build up some details for us, which needs to be used at the software AG side. What I'll now just do is I need this app federation metadata URL. Just copy this, go back to single sign-on and import configuration from URL. Click on next, leave it default and click on next. See, it's asking me the email, first name and last name. This is coming here because we have these details coming as claims. So attributes and claims are the details which it is asking for. Its given name, surname, email address, and all these details. Let me click on edit. Yeah. So let's paste the same details here. When it says email, it's the user.email. So I'll just take the claim name here. Click on this, click on edit, click on email address. First name is the name. Surname. And you can assign the roles as needed as per your requirement. Just click on save. And it is now set up at Software AG side. So let's see if these things work here or not. If that doesn't work, then we need to make changes accordingly. That didn't get created yet because I didn't click on save and all. Let's see whether the details got saved or not. Yeah, we have set up the single sign-on. Now let me log out and see. Previously you got this, now you have this option. If all the details are correct, then it should give us the details. It is saying that, see, your administrator has configured the application, but it is blocking the access. So that means here first we need to assign the users and group. Just click on this, add user and group. I'm adding this user and click on assign. So now the user is assigned. Let me go back. See, now it didn't ask me for username and password, and it redirected me to the uh, I mean portal page, sorry, Software AG cloud page, because in the backend all the authentication and authorization of all these things is getting taken care by the Azure here. So this is how you configure the SAML authentication in Software AG WM.io. Thank you.